Welcome back. This is Dr. Light, otherwise known as Doc Sirius, back talking about longevity and our budget longevity podcast. I recently finished the entire series on Rapamycin longevity series from Master One Thing podcast, about 10 hours of podcast regarding rapamycin, so you don't have to listen to it. A lot of different good ideas in there. I'm going to kind of refer to several of them as I'm talking here. Probably one of my favorite podcasters, Matt Caberlin from Optispan. He takes rapamycin, usually 6 milligrams once a week. He'll do it for 3 months on and 3 months off. He recently did a 6-month period of being off of rapamycin because he was doing some testing of biomarkers, and he wanted to see what his biomarkers were off of rapamycin. But interestingly, probably the person that knows the most about rapamycin is, Alan Green. Alan Green has probably written the most prescriptions and has been running a anti-aging clinic, I think in New York, for longer than other people on the podcast. He probably has the most patients, as I said, and he sees no reason to interrupt treatment. He does, for men, 6 milligrams once a week, women 4 milligrams once a week. He does recommend starting at a low dose and building up to reduce the risk of mouth ulcers. But he says his patients take it continuously. There's no reason to stop. If they do show signs of a mouth ulcer, or they're having surgery and need wound healing, or have some kind of infection, he will pause temporarily, but he doesn't do a cycling on and off. Another interesting note was, I just finished, I think it was Mikhail Blodkany, who was one of the researchers on rapamycin. He does 1 milligram a day for 14 days and then skips 14 days. So instead of doing once a week, he'll do 14 days of 1 milligram, off 14 days and back on. He doesn't really have much scientific information as to why he's cycling it like that, but that was what he does. But after reading through the entire series, at the present time, rapamycin is the most promising and probably the most validated treatment for anti-aging or slowing down the aging process. It probably has some significant anti-cancer effects, and possibly in early microscopic cases of cancer, it might reverse or keep you from getting cancer, according to some of the experts. And so, since aging is the biggest risk factor for all age-related diseases, including heart disease, cancer, and the neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's or Alzheimer's, I think it is well worth your effort to start on rapamycin if you're over the age of about 35. Up until 35, you're probably still growing, and it's not recommended to start rapamycin probably below the age of 40, I would say, based on all the experts. If you're interested, on podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, there's a series called Master One Thing, and there's a whole 2-hour audios on rapamycin that has some great information in there. But if you don't want to spend 10 to 16 hours listening to videos, you can start taking rapamycin 6 milligrams once a week. And the ideal thing now is to use either a discount card like the GoodRx card, or talk to your pharmacist and see about a discount on the 2 milligram tablets. Start with 1 a week. After a few weeks, go to 2 a week. And then for men, 3 per week. For women, I would stay on 4 milligrams. And I think you're way ahead of the game if you start that sometime soon.